Hi everyone, this is Ivera. I want to address stress in relation to bladder or pelvic health. The impact of stress on our bladders or pelvic floor is highly underestimated, okay? But it is recognized. So we do know that if you're in a stress situation, you have a lot of stress, negative or positive stress is still stress, okay? Your pelvic floor can respond by tightening up, okay? Most commonly in the body, there are 4 areas where we tend to hold stress. The jaw. You can massage here and see, like behind the bones, see if you feel any tenderness. Okay, so you can hold stress in the jaw, and you'll know that when you wake up and you feel tightness here, you get a headache right away from the start in the morning, or you're grinding your teeth. Okay, so grinding teeth during the day or when you sleep is holding tension. Upper traps, it's very common. There are people that hold tension there, like me. When you touch my traps, they rock hard. And there are people whose traps are super soft. And you would see that, for example, on someone's neck, where, for example, the upper trap, mine goes, like you see, it's slanted, mine goes up and down. So there's some bulkiness here. Some other people have just really it's flat, it's really soft, it's flat. So they don't hold tension there, okay? It's just one way how to recognize if someone holding stress in the upper traps. So jaw, upper traps, upper abs, just where your ribs end. We can hold tension there, and grip, that's the gripping, where when you hold your breath and don't inhale nicely, so your rib cage expands, you hold your rib cage tight. And then pelvic floor. Okay. So do you have the ability to recognize where you are holding stress? Which area of those 4 that I mentioned is the one that you hold stress there? Is it your jaw, your upper traps, your upper abs, or pelvic floor? If you hold tension in your pelvic floor, it corresponds with the jaw. So frequently you'll see if you're holding stress in the jaw, there will be some tension in your pelvic floor as well. So we say there are 3 diaphragms in the body. Some say there are 4. Most common are 3. It's the glottis, diaphragm, and the pelvic floor. And these are all connected. Okay, so our voice has impact on our pelvic floor. When we talk, when you swallow, when you close your glottis. Okay. So make sure you know your body enough so you recognize which is which, where do you hold your stress. If you have burning sensation when peeing, but it's not a UTI, when you have to go pee every 10 minutes, you have the frequency, the urgency, like you can't hold it, you're running to the bathroom all the time, you may be holding stress. It's mental, okay? It doesn't mean that you don't feel it. It's in your head. Yeah, your feelings are very valid, but the bladder is highly trainable, and it's really impacted by our mental state, okay? You can, for example, notice that when you're at the airport, and so there's stress, right? Well, you have to go to the gate, security check and everything, you have to make it on time, then you want to pee before you board, and you want to grab a drink. is that the time where you like, oh, I need to pee, like I really need to pee before I board the plane? You really don't need to pee before you board the plane, but it's the stress. Okay, so you say, oh, I better pee. So the stress has different ways of impacting our body. So the question is, do you have the ability to recognize where you're holding the stress? Are you so mindful? Do you know, like, oh, now it's in my upper traps, now I'm holding breath, it's upper abs, or it's the pelvic floor? And do you have the strategies or the tools to relieve it? Once you know that you're holding some stress, do you know how to? It's an absolute must. This is the holistic approach to pelvic floor health. I don't see any way around it. It's not just about some exercise, just not about meds. Like if your bladder is some way dysfunctional, you really have to take care of your mental health as well. Just simply stress. And do know that your body does not recognize where the stress comes from. So if you have positive stress, something good, you have a celebration, you have a wedding, for the body it's still stress. It will respond the same way, by holding the breath, by activating your fight or flight system, by tightening up your pelvic floor. Even it's a good event. You're moving to a new house, you're totally happy about it, you can still have all the negative consequences connected to it, like needing to pee, like having a flare all the time, or your prolapse feeling worse because you tighten up. So if you have prolapse, do not ignore your mental state on the tightness of your pelvic floor. Prolapse is not just weakness, okay? So how do you recognize where you're holding stress? How do you develop this awareness or mindfulness? One way of doing that is through corrective exercise or just simply rehab, because it's the type of movement which is mindful, okay? As opposed to where you go to a gym and you just mindlessly go, or you go a Zumba and you dance and you do step aerobic and and just follow someone else's instructions. During corrective exercise, you have to ground. Like, you have to know, you be in your body. You have to be in your body. You have to know, when is it that you inhaled? When is it that you just exhaled? What you felt when you engaged this or that muscle, where you felt it, and where you did not feel it. And this is how you slowly, step by step, develop this awareness that will ultimately lead to you knowing what your pelvic floor is doing all the time. You'll be knowing, like, oh, I had this conversation with someone, with a friend, but I'm feeling now actually kind of weird. Aha, I feel tense. Okay, well, but it made me clench my jaw. So actually, it impacted me profoundly. Just a simple conversation that I had with a friend about something. But it struck me on some level deeper than I want to admit. And I tighten up. Maybe something bad happened to the friend. He had a negative experience, or he is sick, or his friend is sick, or something bad happened, but you subconsciously take it on and you hold the stress. Anything like this, any small things can happen during the day and during your life and impact your mental state, and you take it on. Okay, so be mindful of that. And so that comes with the next question is so the strategies and tools to manage stress in your life. So there are many. There's so many, but do have one. Find one that works for you, because there's so many and everyone's different. But one way is to learn to discern or differentiate the emotion from your true self. That's a first step towards like meditation. How do you feel now? Let's say you feel upset because you went to millions of doctors, you have a problem, but you're not getting the answers, you just feel they like sending you back and forth, and you're getting tests, and one doctor tells you this, the other one tells you that, and you still have your problem, and you feel like you're not closer to the answers, and you still feel miserable. Note that. How do you feel in your body? Note the emotion. And where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your head? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your belly, your solar plexus? Or do you feel it in the pelvic floor? Let's say it's just the frustration of not, being at mercy with someone. Where do you feel the emotion? And then spend some time on it. Don't let it just like, oh, negative emotion. Let's think positive. You gotta be able to marinate in it, to sit in it. You feel miserable and you have a right to be that way, to feel that way. Acknowledge it. It's fine. You're frustrated. You're agitated, you're angry, you're sad. Positive thinking doesn't mean that you should be happy all the time. It means that you acknowledge the negative emotions and you're able to separate yourself from it. Know that it will pass, okay? The frustration, that's not you. It's separate, it's here, okay? It's separate from you. That's not your true self. That's not your body. That's not you. It's separate, okay? So learn to discern or differentiate or separate yourself from the negative emotions or even positive emotions. And that will help you try it, like really try it. Whatever you're feeling in a moment, you feel excitement. What is the excitement? What is it from? Where does it come from? What made you excited? Why are you frustrated? Is it the doctors? Okay. Is it why? Because you talked to someone on the phone today? Or is it because you had an appointment a month ago and it's still with you? You can't be holding month-old emotions in your body. Nothing good ever comes out of feeling frustrated. Nothing ever good. You will not get healthy out of feeling miserable and no one can help me and I feel so bad and why is this happening to me? It's not gonna get you anywhere. But learn first to discern, okay, I had this call with a pelvic floor therapist and I kind of don't believe her, or I feel she doesn't believe me. I don't know if I should be seeing her again. What do I do? So just know that you have these thoughts, insecurity. What are those? You feel insecure, you feel confused, you feel frustrated. Set them aside. Okay, I had this call and these are my thoughts. Put them aside. You should feel lighter, like right there. You should feel, okay, like a task that you write on a to-do list. It's there on the list. It's not you, doesn't belong to you. You'll deal with it. Just like with every task that you do, you need to do your chores, checklist done. It will pass, it will be fine. You should be feeling better when you separate yourself. So this is one way of being able to manage the stress. Knowing to recognize that you are in stress and why you had the stress and what kind of stress it was or stressful situation, and then learning to separate yourself from it. There's about a million things I could be talking about, like million other tools that are there. This is the basis for meditation, and it takes a lot of time and practice, but I'm just gonna leave you with this. Just pick one emotion today and try to be aware of it. Where did it come from? What caused it? And where do you feel it? Could be also a positive emotion, okay? And slowly, day by day, we'll be able to stop in the moment and be present. And you'll be feeling all this clutterness in your head, but you'll be able to like, okay, I feel this, and you'll be able to basically like bounce it off. All this bad stuff, the bad energy, you'll be able to bounce it off. Like, that's not me, okay. The neighbor was upset with me. Yeah, the teacher called me something. Yeah, my child was totally up to mischief today, and I had to scream at him. So you'll have that all. It will not be you. It will be all separate. Because if you don't do that, then it will all compound. And then imagine the situation like you had an upsetting call with your doctor, or upsetting call with the neighbor or your boss or so on. And then you're agitated, you're frustrated. And then your partner comes or your child comes and they want something to you, and maybe also they don't have a good day, and then you lash out on them. Is it because they made you upset, or is it because you were already upset because of that thing that happened before? And then you get like, I have a bad day, everybody's pissing me off, blah. You don't have, that doesn't have to have happened. Just know that something upsetting happened and separate that, and then you'll be able to react to other things in life that come up and react to them in a more balanced way, from a place of like groundedness and calm. All right. I could talk about this for hours, so just gonna leave you this, let you go. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions or what your experience is of this. I love to hear that. Thank you.